should now be well under. Lay down, call me on my blood.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I've posted a video, a tutorial, but busy is the life of a hairstylist. So here's my client today. She has alopecia, and we're going to cover the top of her head with a Loc Toupee. So what I'm doing here is removing rubber bands that she had placed close to her roots to kind of keep her roots tight, which is I do not recommend doing. So we're cutting all of the rubber bands out, and I'm also removing her existing locks because they're all different sizes and some of them are damaged. Taking down locks and detangling the knots can be a very tedious process. You would literally have to take a small pick or either the end of a foiling comb and pick and detangle all of the knots in order to preserve enough length to either reattach locks or attach lock extensions. I recommend using a little bit of water and some leave-in conditioner. Now that you've detangled your client's hair, you want to take a rat tail comb and part out the top of the crown of the head, and you're going to shave and make this area smooth if necessary. Some people with alopecia, it really varies with the severity of their situation. The hair that I parted out and sectioned out, it was so thin, I just felt like it wouldn't be enough hair to part and make locks out of. So I'm just removing that hair, and definitely make sure that this is okay with your client before doing it. And when you're cutting this hair in the top, make sure you use some trimmers, and the surface area where you're going to place your toupee is nice and smooth with no stubble. And this is just so that once the unit is removed or it's time to take it down and you're taking it off, it's not catching any hair, and it doesn't cause any shifting or movement. Now with this part, I firmly believe foundation is very important. It's going to determine the size of your client's locks and how it can be styled in the future. I firmly believe in using a grid pattern. I'm not the biggest fan of all types of parts. Now, I already know that I'm going to receive all types of questions and criticisms about using lock extensions on my client's hair. I am using lock extensions because I want this unit to match as closely with her hair as possible. And the locks that she came with were so damaged that it just couldn't be salvaged, in my opinion, and it wouldn't have blended seamlessly to give off a very natural appearance. A question that I receive quite frequently with lock extension services, and I'm sure I'm going to receive with this service because it's fairly new, is why is it so expensive? This custom-made hairpiece and lock extensions are 100% virgin human hair, meaning it can be lightened, it can be colored, it'll hold curls, it'll do anything that your natural hair will do. These materials are very expensive and time consuming to make, not to mention all of the steps that are involved to install these things. For this next step, you're going to you can take a cotton round, or you can take a clean washcloth hand towel and take a little bit of, some people use alcohol, or you can use an astringent like Sea Breeze to clean the area where you're going to place your unit. With these products, I am going to put them in the description box with links to where you can purchase them. Most of them can be purchased at your local beauty supply store, but I know in some areas they may not carry these items, so I will definitely put them down in the description box with links. The Scalp antiperspirant is pretty self-explanatory. It keeps the scalp from creating moisture underneath the unit. So our next product is scalp protectant. This scalp protectant creates a coating between the skin and the adhesive. It pretty much protects the unit that you're going to be applying from body oils. This product is a little bit tacky, so it also helps adhere the unit. There are so many adhesives to choose from, so I say use what you're comfortable with using. My preferred adhesive is Ghost Bond. Application of your adhesive is going to vary depending on the type of unit that you're installing on your client and how long you want that unit to last them. I'm installing today a full lace unit, and so we're doing 2 thick coats because we intend for this unit to last her at least 4 weeks. Once you've applied your first coat and spread it out evenly, you'll want it to dry a little bit, but not enough to dry completely, just enough to where the glue is showing up clear and it becomes a little tacky, and you're going to repeat the same process with the second coat. This is my stylist, Taja. Go follow her on IG, Locks by Taja. What she's doing here is applying makeup to this nude cap so that it closely matches her scalp and it doesn't look too white. So now that all of your prepping is done, we are at the fun part, which is applying the toupee. So what you see us doing here, we're flipping the unit inside out. This is going to be the best way to apply it. A lot of people don't need help with applying units if they're familiar with applying lace wigs, but I needed help. So we marked the center of the hairline with a light colored marker, just so we could make sure that it's centered. You're going to place that marked center at the hairline, fold it over, and just slowly begin rolling and spreading it down. You're going to kind of stretch the lace a little as you're folding it down firmly, and pressing as you're folding it down to make sure that the lace is smooth and it's adhering to the entire section that you're attempting to cover. And what you see us doing here is just adjusting, pressing, stretching, just to make sure that this unit is on here and adhering to all of the spots. So next, you're going to place your client under the dryer, a cool dryer, for about 15 minutes. So the unit we used was 8 by 10 in diameter, which the coverage that she needed wasn't quite that much. So what we're doing here is just cutting the excess lace, and you don't have to throw this lace away. You can always use those scraps for a client that may need coverage in smaller areas, which I might do a video on later. So what she's doing is just trimming off the excess lace. You may have to cut into the locks, but I wouldn't stress about that. As she goes around, she's pretty much cut all of the excess lace, and it's already starting to blend. You can already see how this is taking form and how this is going to really help this lady in the long run with her identity and her self-image. This is amazing. So the front of the hairline can be kind of tricky. Here Taja is cutting the lace off the front, and what we're going to do is peel the front back and then apply an adhesive and just bond the front of this unit down. So with also bonding down the front, you may want to go around the unit to check for any areas that may have little flaps that need a little bit of adhesive, and just apply. If it overlaps into the hair a little bit at the scalp, I wouldn't worry so much about that. Just go ahead and bond that. Now that you've bonded the front of the hairline, you're going to use edge wrap. You can use a scarf. They have specially made edge wraps just for the edges where it's kind of stretchy. And then you're going to sit your client under the dryer for about 10 to 15 minutes. And there you have it. We've successfully installed this unit. She was very, very happy with the results. I am not the best with blending makeup, so what I'm learning with this is that clients have their own foundation and they can use it to blend the lace in the very front of the hairline so that it's not as noticeable. I'll also attach pictures that she took herself once she blended the lace in the front with her own makeup, and you'll see just how flawless it looks. Styling is optional, but in this case, she allowed me to do a quick hairstyle on her. And other than the lace right at the front of the hairline, I mean, just look at this 360 all the way around. It's seamless practically she just needs to blend the makeup in the front. But this hairstyle did help a little with the camouflaging until she could blend the makeup in the front. But overall, I'm very satisfied with how this came out. I thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and follow. More videos to come.